about taking care of a man, there's also an internal clock. There's like an internal part of me that wants to take care of a man. It's not that I have to. There's just part of me that wants to. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's in every woman. I don't believe that women don't want that. I think there is this pull right now in society of women biologically feeling like they want to be a woman, and then the society telling them that they shouldn't be. Yeah, and that's horrible.
Then there's Andre. Andre says, "Hey ladies, here's a show idea. What's the percent of young women from 18 to 25 that say they don't need a man?" I don't know.
What's the percentage? 100 almost.
That is funny.
That's like a tagline to every woman under 30 has that tagline. I don't need a man, I just want one. You know what I mean? It's just a way of trying to make men think that they don't need them because they're such strong women. But the truth is most women need a man.
Yeah, and they know it. 18 to 25 is there's that age where you think you literally got it figured out, and then you find out soon, I don't got nothing figured out, and you're like, oh, I don't need a man, I don't want this, everything I have, all that I need, and all that, and then you realize, oh, by need a man, I think that I got that wrong. Because in my opinion, we've said this before many times, that we need each other, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I would say the percentage is like 60-40.
You think so?
Because conservative women still say that they need men in their
life. But that age group is
not even those women, like those conservative young girls that are raised in conservative households, and they've seen family dynamics. They realize that they do in fact need a man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But there are a lot of young girls today that have I have compassion for them because they've just been brainwashed to think that they don't need anything but themselves. Which is sad. And so they regurgitate stuff that they don't even really know what it means. They're just saying it. You know what I mean? They're saying it.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff that's being put out there is not benefiting. It's not going to benefit them at all. But they think that it is because it sounds cool to say, right? Women doing it all by ourselves. We don't need this and that and the other. We can just
by design. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and so I think that a lot of young women just feel that men are kind of useless, and it's really only because of what's being put out there. They're basing it on that. Now, when real life kicks in and they start dating and going out and having relationships that don't work out, and they start wanting a relationship, and kids and all stuff, then they're realizing, oh, I do need a man, and I have to behave like a lady. Like, that's what seeing that day.
But even women in their 40s say that too.
They do.
There are women in their 40s and 50s that are still saying that. I don't need a man. I don't want. You know what I mean? And it's just because the world is saying. I would say there are way more women saying they don't need a man when they don't really mean that.
Yeah, I find that there's. I guess in that age group, that young group, they would definitely say that. But I find that there's a high amount of a lot of women in our age group that say that.
Say it too.
They're saying that, and I'm like. And so when we say, no, we need men. When we're saying that, they're like, ladies, what do you mean? You shouldn't be saying that. You're supposed to be liberated and all. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't be lonely.
Right, but what does that have to do with wanting love? Yeah. What does that have to do with wanting to get married? Why does everything that have to do with work get contributed to all parts of your life? Yeah. Like, just because you want to go to work, what does that have to do with the relationship? You know what I mean? It's just like, of course you need men. You know what I mean? Of course you need men need women. You know what I mean? It's just like, what do you mean? We're supposed to be together.
I actually believe that it's on a cosmic level I think that we're all put down here to have companionship. Yeah. I actually believe that humans are supposed to connect, particularly with one special human for them. You know what I mean? I actually think that you're not supposed to be alone and you're supposed to need each other. Yeah. I think when you say you don't need someone like that, like you don't need a man, when women say that, I think it's very arrogant. Because what you're saying is that you're literally saying they're useless. Yeah. And that men don't have a value or a place in this society and life. Like,
everything doesn't cost money. People think, you know what I mean? Like, every part of success is not money. You know what I mean? Everyone makes it. We have this idea that looking successful and looking like you have a lot of money, that it makes you look like Like
you got it figured out.
Got it all figured out.
You got it all figured out.
But there are a lot of people that have things and they are completely broken inside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there are people who don't have very much, but they have the richest of love, and they have family, and they have kids, and they have a home, and their worth is not built into material possessions. Right. You know what I mean? And there are people who have all kinds of material possessions, and then there's some people who have both. Some people are wealthy and they have love. I mean, Betty White said she loved Alan Ludden. And that was the last. And I believe that. I mean, she had a really great husband, and she really didn't think anyone was going to. You know, what's her name? Betty Shabazz never. I don't think she got remarried. Did Coretta Scott King never got married? George Burns never got married from after Gracie Allen. You know what I mean? And so there are some people that feel like they got the great one.
Yeah.
And that's now that I can see.
But those people also believe that they needed. But they needed one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But those people would never also tell people that you don't need anyone.
Yeah.
Right. So Betty White would never say that. Oh yeah, you should just never have love.
What?
That's not what she means. You know what I mean? So I do think that that there are people who get a really great love. Yeah. And then they don't really feel the need to get committed after they've been married for 30 years and the person passes away or something. You know, But just to walk around and act like you're above above something that's a feeling.
Right.
That's like a biological feeling that people get. And men get it too. It's just at some point no one wants to just be alone, and at some point you do want to be alone. I've had time.
Well, I think you're supposed to be alone at some point. Yeah. I don't think you should always.
I've had time where I absolutely didn't want any boyfriend. And I've had times where I actually really want to be loved, but you got to be honest about that. You can't sit around here and say, "Oh, I like being by myself." When you really don't mean
well,
that.
What does that mean? Like, you know, for the moment in your life. No, I don't want to be with somebody right now because I'm trying to figure my life out.
Is complicated, or I just need to be alone. Yeah. And that's a good place to be. Yeah. But just to sit here and say I don't need anybody because you don't want anyone to question your vulnerability of being single.
It's strange.
It's strange.
And it's also another reason why I think that women actually do need men is because the dynamics of how we are biologically, you know, how we are. I think that because women are so emotional, like we have a lot of emotion with us. We spoke about this before, and men kind of bring a logic to, in a somewhat. I know all men are different. But I'm just saying that somewhat of their logic and the fact that they're so simple brings it kind of like a balance to a woman who is emotional and kind of expressive. Most women are emotional and expressive. So having a man is going to help balance you. I think a lot of women don't like to admit that either. Is that they think that I'm emotional and I'm strong. And I'm like...
Now, let's say with this generation, 18 to 25, Michael Knowles did a video. He did some TikTok review or, reaction videos. Yeah. And he's like, this is probably the most confusing generation.
It has to be.
Because this woman comes on... They do the TikTok where the girl comes on the camera and she says... she's polyamorous. And so she's like, I'm dating this guy, and this girl. And then the other guy comes on and goes, I'm dating her, and I go with my pronouns, them, they. And then the girl goes, I'm dating the girl and the guy and this other guy. My pronouns are... So this is a very weird sort of generation.
Why do they have to do it?
Well, but they say that Zoomers are saying, 40% of Zoomers are saying that they are part of the LGBTQIA community, and then they say millennials say 30% of them they feel they're saying that they're that.
That's
you know what I mean? So I think that a lot of this has to do with attention. I don't think that many people are a part of that community.
It's they thing though. I can't give it.
I think they want to be accepted.
Yeah.
By their generation.
I think so. Young people think they don't need a man because that's because they're just falling for the okie doke. They are falling for the okie doke, and then they're gonna find themselves older without a man.
And it could be that women that age don't think they need a man because men that age act like women.
Yeah, that's true too.
So it could feel like if they're gonna act like men,
women. Then what am I doing?
If they're over here doing your boyfriend's hair to make it look like a girl and putting makeup on him, then I guess you don't need a man.
Right.
If that's what you feel.
And then they also push the whole fertility thing with young people. You know, where once upon a time, it was just normal to have get pregnant in a kind of a normal way if you can. You're blessed to do that. And now they're pushing, freezing your eggs is to wait till you're older to get married. And, and I'm not against that. I'm just saying that there's this whole agenda out there what is trying to just tell people that there's you know, science can fix it all.
Yeah.
You know, like forget about all the other emotional kind of like psychological stuff. Science will fix it all. You can just wait forever.
And also, young girls are being encouraged to be single mothers.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
like they're saying they
don't
need men. Women can take care of kids by themselves. Like that's this generation. So 18 to 25, they think very differently than my generation or my mother's generation or my grandmother's generation. So,
because I know that I need a man. I'm okay with saying that. See, so when I say I know I need a man, like I know that, and I'm glad I know that.
Right.
Because to a lot of like, I guess like feminist type women, they would say that I will be pushing them back in the kitchen. By saying that, it means that I'm at the, you know, the beck and call of a man, and I'm, you know, praising the, I'm like, or it could be that I'm a woman and I'm a human, and humans need connection. Heterosexual women want men.
But also,
so
I think
why would I not want?
But when you talk about taking care of a man, there's also an internal clause.
Yes.
It's like an internal part of me that wants to take care of a man. It's not that I have to. There's just part of me that wants to. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's in every woman. I don't believe that women don't want that.
Yeah.
I think there is this pull right now in society of women biologically feeling like they want to be a woman, and then the society telling them that they shouldn't be.
Yeah,
and that's horrible. I think the way these girls are treated now, the way they're being pushed to be treated by, you know, by celebrities and
social
things like
media
and just social people that I think
even politicians push
politicians,
that too.
You know, I think it's horrible.
Yeah, because it does lead to like confusion, and it will lead them to be alone.
Yeah.
By accident, really.
Like, mostly, you know, they're not even just alone, just alone and depressed.
Yeah.
Even men, alone and depressed. Like when you create a society full of just degenerate people who are lost and just doing whatever they want and selfishly walking around with your purple hair and your weird pronouns and all that, I think eventually you're going to grow out of that. Because, you know, when you're young, you think nothing can happen to you. You think you have all the time in the world. But then you get older and you grow out of stuff. There are things that when I was 18 years old were so stupid that I did, that I wouldn't do it then, but I grew out of it. And I think that a lot of this generation will grow out of it, but they'll be sorry once they get to the end of it.
Yeah. We kind of learn like in a natural way, but they're being lifted.
Pushed.
Yeah, we weren't really lifted up to do stupid things.
Yeah.
They're being, you know what I mean? We just did stupid things when we were young and stupid.
And all of my stupid things can't be caught on camera because we didn't have social media.
That's what I'm saying. So young people have it. Young people are doing stupid things on purpose now because they want to get, you know, the camera, the social media, and all that stuff. So I don't think.
There's a lot more to like drugs.
Yeah.
There's a lot more drugs. I don't think, and it's accepted. It's accepted. A lot more pushing drugs and meth and.
Because back in our time, when people did drugs or even weed, like it would kind of look down upon. Like people would do it, but it would be like amongst their friends.
Well, this one guy said that our generation, the 90s, we were the drug dealers and our kids are the drug addicts.
Drug addicts.
And I can see that's true.
You see that's true?
All the rappers talk about popping drugs and stuff like that. So they're in this generation is in a generation that's, I feel pretty bad for them a little bit. So they're in a very mind numbing. And not only it's in our colleges. All the colleges are mostly liberal and leaning left, and
they're pushing it.
They push this.
So,
you know,
that's
what Jordan Peterson was saying. That's why he stopped going to.
Yeah.
He said they're very little conservative. Professors.
Yeah.
And they're pushing this. So this is the future. Is what they're trying to say.
Get ready.
The future is men and women are the same, and then pretty soon we'll all be you know, IG robots. And stuff. You know,
1925, but the percentage, I don't know what the official percentage is. But if we're looking at the world right now, it's a high. It's like for me, it's like 70-30, but
it might be. I mean.
But young people always don't think they need a man.
Yeah, we just watched a video where a girl made spaghetti for her family, it looks like, and she put the sauce on her island counter with the spaghetti and cheese.
They all ate it.
And all had her kids just eat off the table.
So that's where we're at.
So that's where we are now, as far as women. So this is the new woman.
That percentage might be closer to 100 then.
Yeah. And she got a lot of likes and stuff. So this goes to show you that's popular for women to, you know, feed their kids like pigs.
Okay.
And it's wrong. Okay. Each his own. I like to give my kids plates, but
what do you think the percentage is?
Right.
That's what I want to know. You know, so leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy our content. Thanks, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.